is Te Whakatohea, Tūhoi, Te Aroa, as well as Ngāpuhi. So if any of you are from there, te rere, kia ora whanaunga, cousins. But what an awesome event, what an awesome event. You know, this is sort of the first time me being able to stand up and just speak on how passionate I am about being a vegan and being plant-based. The thing that I hold true to my heart is being Maori. The thing that I'm most proud of is being Maori, but a close second is being vegan. You know, the thing that this lifestyle has given me is just opened up my eyes into such a magical world that, you know, I'm so happy to be a part of. It's like, you know, putting on contact lenses and just like, wow, this is a world that I like to see or like to live in. And being a contributor to the wellness of not even just the planet, but, you know, to the well-being of animals, as well as, you know, just our own health. I think it's just really important that we choose to be more conscious around the food choices that we're making. And loads of the things that I've sort of looked into, it really does come down to our food. You know, who gets hangry in here? You know, when we don't eat food, it really changes us. But the type of food that we do eat also has an influence on the way that we feel. And we know that the way that we feel influences the way that we think and how we choose to navigate through life. So if we choose to be more conscious around the food choices that we're eating, because that's where it starts, the connection to food, holding it, ingesting it, the way we think about it, the way it makes us feel when we're eating it. And when we're feeling good, it's only right that we start to do good. And it's really, really simple, but putting that into practice and doing it consistently, I think that's where the challenge is. But for me, I find it really, really easy. This ain't something that I struggle with at all. I don't even struggle about missing meat or anything. And when you sort of think of being Maori and being vegan, those two things don't generally fit in the same hand. So for me, going down this pathway and being quite the outspoken person that I am, I was prepared for the type of hitbacks that I may have gotten from my own people, from my own family. But you know, the people who know me, they just know that I got pretty thick skin, and I was really prepared for that. But for me, no matter what you do, I think the why has to be so much stronger than anything if you really want to be able to sustain something. And the whys that I have sort of cultivated in myself in my own journey, it's far beyond the animals, it's far beyond my own health, it's far beyond the well-being of the planet. I look at my strong whys, because those are the three main pillars that everyone talks about. But for me, when I sort of look at my why, it's looking at, when I look at negative statistics of how Maori are perceived in media outlets, or just in general, you know, everything bad Maori are winning in. You know, we can talk about things like diabetes, we can talk about things like cancer, homelessness, suicide, poverty, jail, all of these types of things Maori are winning in. So what is my contribution to go against those negative stereotypes? Because I am so connected about, you know, what it means to be Maori. And my ancestors navigated the South Pacific Ocean to find this land. And I can't accept that they navigated here for me to become a negative statistic. So every day I get up, I try to go against that and try and live in a positive way, because everyone's so quick to jump on these negative things, and it's so easy to talk about, but then for some people it's so hard to hear. So if I don't like to hear that, or if I don't like to talk about that, so why would I want to be there? I've not only sort of taken away dairy as well as meat, but I don't drink alcohol anymore. So I've made these massive sacrifices in my life just so I can be a living example of the message that people are commonly saying. But being Maori, you know, we don't like being told what to do. And when I see things, my approach to being able to share this positive vegan message, or just living a positive lifestyle, like you can look at my posts, I don't even like share too much about it. Because the thing where people get influenced most is not by people saying what they do, but how can we show them and be a living example of that message we're trying to share. So don't listen to what I'm saying, watch what I do. And I think that's a really important thing to do. So when and for me as well, like it's like I got Tupuanuku, that's my little humble business. So Tupuanuku, the name, it's, if we're all aware of Matariki, we know what Matariki is, the star cluster. Tupuanuku is one of those stars within that cluster. And when Tupuanuku is shining brightest amongst that cluster at a certain time of the year, it means that it is the best time to cultivate and harvest food from the ground. So I was really intentional when I was thinking about a name. Me and my friend over here, Maori, down here, shout out. We're really talking about ideas, and for me, I'm a really deep thinker. I think really, really deeply, because I think that's where substance is. The deeper you go, that's where the nut is. And so when I was thinking of Tupuanuku, I needed to think of a name that, like, people wouldn't really know what it meant, but my people would know what it meant. And we're all really, really connected. Every people is connected. We all know that we are one, but for Maori in general, we're connected to pretty much everything. When you sort of ask us who we are, where we come from, we generally talk about the thing that we connect to most, which is our mountains, which is our rivers, which is our people, which is our whenua. So when you just see a name like Tupuanuku, there's an instant connection. And that is my why. So if that fits my why, it just seems so fitting for it to be there. And I don't mind explaining that to people, like, oh, what does this mean? You know, because it sparks a conversation about something that I'm really passionate about. So when I was on this journey of it's pretty funny how things have just turned out for myself. Like 2 years I've just done a massive U-turn. You know, I was definitely the life of the party of those types of things. But yeah, just when you become more intentional about the things that you want to do, and you build some sort of momentum, I think the important thing is just to keep going with that. And that's the things that I've just been able to experience in my short journey. I don't really have any ambitions to franchise or build a cafe here, have a cafe there, because the thing that attracts me more is just having the freedom to do what you want. And having a cafe, I feel that that's a bit of an anchor. So my goal at the moment is I want to have a food truck. You know, I don't want to have like to put up a gazebo all the time, but a food truck is my goal, because I'll be able to go into different communities. And I'm an average cook. I'm a pretty average cook. I don't shy away from that. But the thing what I feel is that I'm so passionate about food. I'm really, really passionate about food, and I know that it's doing something good. And I feel that sort of transcends into the food that I'm cooking. And I put so much effort into it. So although that you may be just average at something, but if the intention is there and you're feeling good and you love what you do, I think things just start to manifest out of that. And people might taste my food and think it's good, but I think they just tasting my love. But yeah, that's pretty much my short journey. And yeah, I could highlight, you know, I didn't really think about animals too much, especially when I first started. I'd done it really selfishly. My best friend, his name's Tehome Tuna, which is Sunny's partner down here. He's my best friend, and he's been vegan for approaching nearly 3 years. And it was really interesting how I actually came down this journey. So I'm like starting here, then going all over the show, but bear with me. But he's the type of person that, and this is where I'm getting loads of my inspiration from, because he never ever said, bro, go vegan, bro, try this. He was just doing it, and it just started to plant seeds, And because I know my best friend and I know him, and he's not a person who just does something for nothing. So when I was looking at him, it just really made me curious. And this was at the end of November. And I dedicated all of 2017 to grow myself as a person. One of those things was going alcohol free, another thing was going takeaway free, and every month I'll do micro goals. And one of those micro goals was like learning a word for a day, trying to play a chord on the guitar, just something different, because if you want to grow yourself as a person, you got to get used to being uncomfortable, and being uncomfortable means challenging yourself constantly. So these are the things that I was doing, and when my friends started planting these seeds, I thought I'd go, yeah, I'll try vegan for a month. Prior to that, I said I'll go vegetarian. But the month I tried to go vegan, it was in May, and I decided this in November. So it gave me 7 good months to really educate myself, to cultivate a strong why. Because if you're going to do something, you may as well do it right. Because even if it doesn't work out, there's still space there where you can measure whether or not if it was good, or whether or not it was bad. So this was my whole thinking. It seemed right, and yep, I just tried it, and boom. Just like I said, it was like a new pair of contact lenses. My body just felt good. You know, I've never been this sort of like skinny or lean like ever. So, you know, I'm feeling good, you know, my skin's great. So I'm like, I feel like a good person. So, you know, when things are going so good, just why stop? And yeah, I can't really sort of drag it on. I think I've sort of like just plucked things from different places. But I share loads of things on my platforms. I'm plant-based Maori. But yeah, I'm really keen to just open it up for Q&As. If anyone's got questions, keen to jump in there, but be prepared to go deep. But yeah, we'll see how we go. But kia ora no tātou. So what I generally, like on a good day, so I'll wake up and usually go straight into some porridge. So I'll have about 80 grams of oats. I never ever weigh food, but I only weigh my oats because I don't want anything left over. So I know 80 grams is just perfect for me. I cook that for a little bit, then I'll add oat milk to it, then I'll cook the oat milk, and then have blueberries and banana and a bit of maple syrup. That's always my brekkie. Then for my lunch, I'll probably have wraps with just heaps of salad, so spinach, tomato, cucumber, pickle, then I'll have it with tartare sauce, a bit of caramelized onion relish, or usually leftovers from the night before. And at dinner, my big thing is curry, so chickpea curry or roast vegetable curry, or yeah, I think just try and mix it up. You know, the thing I think when we look at food is, if you want to eat something, I think you just type it in Google and just put vegan in front of it, and if you know how to follow a recipe, you can cook. Yeah. Yeah, so my business is Tupuanuku. I've got a website, tupuanuku.com, but I don't know if it's, I don't have a blog because I don't know how to write, but I do loads of vlogs, so all of that's on like my Facebook, my Instagram and my YouTube, which is plant-based Maori. And the only reason why it's plant-based Maori is because the vegan Maori was taken up. Yeah. About going alcohol free for a year, yeah, it was a really big sort of internal process, because alcohol has just been part of my life for, you know, since I was about 14, and I was good at it, you know. I could have got paid for that really, but yeah, when I just started to think about alcohol, I think that when this sort of seed got planted, it was when I done an 8-week challenge. Done an 8-week challenge with my friend where we thought we'd go alcohol free for 8 weeks. Loser just had to pay money or something, and yeah, when I go in, I go all in. So I done that 8 weeks, and what happened within that 8 weeks is my health didn't get better, but the way I was thinking got better, the opportunities that came up, and I was just like, wow, if that happened in 8 weeks, you know, what would happen in a year? And then I started to think about our amazing wahine who carry babies, you know, for 9 months, and you know, it's up to them to take away alcohol from their life as well. So if they can make that sort of sacrifice, I'm sure I can do it, just to try it. So when I went alcohol free, yeah, it was definitely a big challenge. I'd go out with my friends, still have a good time, but the conversations were different because I wasn't sort of at like, you know, I wasn't intoxicated or anything. But so I wasn't like I removed myself from my friends, but it's sort of just, I knew that I was going this way, and when I went that way, I may have sort of like removed myself from their friend group or from going out a lot, but when that started to happen, I started to latch on to new friends, and you know, made new mates and started to do other things with my weekends. So I was losing here from being connected with my friends, but also I was gaining here because I was experiencing something new and fresh. And the thing that sort of held me back more into this, because I was only meant to do it for 12 months, but at the start of this year, when it was 1 year, I committed to another 5 years with the hope to never drink alcohol again. And the reason for this is because I do loads of youth work around the country, and I'm standing in front of young Maori, and they live in an environment where alcohol and drug is just so normal. It's their normal. And for me, I want to be able to stand up and say, I'm Maori, but I'm choosing not to drink alcohol and going down this path. So for them, it creates another internal process for them that sometimes it might be normal, but hey, maybe I can choose something different. So everything that I do, there's a meaning. I just don't wake up and just do stuff. There's always some intentional thought behind it. And my ancestors, when they went and fought in World War II, you know, 75% of them either lost their lives or came back injured, and they made the ultimate sacrifice. They made the ultimate sacrifice for us. So what is my contribution to the well-being of my people? And that's one of them. Any other part-time? A couple more? Yeah. I don't think there is a, like, you know, I'll save about $50 a week on food. Me and my missus, or my partner, just got our food shopping. It was only $50 for the two of us for a week. So I don't think financial is definitely, like, if you're going into like superfoods, then I think we're talking about money. But if we just stick to the ground root vegetables such as potatoes, I think there's so much stigma around potatoes when people think it's starch and all of this thing around carbs. I think the thing at the moment is there's just so much information out there where people are thinking that, oh, if you need to be healthy, you need to eat this, this and this. When really, if we strip that back and go back to a natural sort of way of eating, you can really subsidize your cost. And I think instead of doing that, I think we need to shift the mentality around it. And I think just like everything, if you change your thought process, it starts to sort of have an influence on the way you choose to do things. So yeah, I save about $50 a week on food. So yeah, and what me and my mum are sort of working on at the moment is, because I didn't grow up with much, you know, my parents didn't get a full-time job until I got to high school. So with that, the thing that I sort of realised is, you know, although we didn't have much, we had so much love in our household. And when I was talking to my mum about it, that, you know, did we struggle growing up? And she said, we did, but because I wasn't aware of it, what she told me later was that she had the tools. So although she didn't have the money, she knew what she could spend that money on that could sort of sustain me and my family. So we're going to do something sort of coming up where we're going to sort of like have, say what a family would get on a dole, family for 5. And we're going to go out and do videos and sort of show what you can do with that type of money that you get. But like I said, you can put out this information, but you know, people would rather buy cigarettes or alcohol or go for KFC or go for fish and chips, just a quick option, because I think we're just getting lazy and we're so used to handouts, and that's just the harsh reality of it. So for me, it's just like, yeah, I just need to start being more practical in that space, just to help me. But yeah, time for two more. And then just can all come and line up at Tupuanuku. Yep. Old school, you know, he hasn't even tried any of my food. You know, my mum, she tried vegan for 4 weeks, but then she sort of got back into bad habits, but it's sort of changing. My sister went vegan for 6 months, so it's sparking influence, but they're missing a really important process about why are they trying it. It can't be just because I'm doing it, there's got to be a little bit more. But for me, for my business, like I said, I don't have major goals, it's just to get a food truck. But my only financial goal is to take over my parents' bills. You know, I want to take over their bills because of what they've done for me. I want them to be able to live out the rest of their life and they can put their money to something else. But that's why I want to do the things that I'm doing. I really want a humble life, eh? But you know, I want to be able to live a meaningful life at the same time. Yep. I'll be at the Hopi markets this year. Of course, that's where it started for me. It was the Hopi markets, and now look where we are. So I'll be there. Hope to see you. Alright, Te whānau, so I'll just wrap it up there. I just got one more